Mark, on reflection, does that feel like a good point?
I think so. Tough game, tough place to come, tough pitch. We didn't quite hit the standards that we set on Saturday. It's a point. It keeps the point tally ticking, and we move on to another game on Saturday.
And while it's frustrating to perhaps not hit the standards that you know you can and proved just last week, how crucial is it that if you don't hit those standards, you don't come away the losing side?
Yeah, it's important that you get something out of the game. You have to get something out of the game, and that's what we did. We hung on at the end, missed some brilliant chances ourselves. Like I say, we hung on, take the point and move on.
And at 0-0, you mentioned those chances, a couple of back post headers for Aaron Collins. You must have thought that was a goal.
Well, I think the first one was actually in the middle of the goal, more or less on the goal line, but that would have made it, I think, a different game. It's fair play to him. He got himself together and scored a great goal after that.
And Port Vale, who have, as you mentioned in your pre-match, had a little tough run over the last couple of weeks, but have recently turned it around. They came out of the block so quickly, didn't they, and put your side under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they did. Sometimes you have to respect the opposition. I thought they were good, dangerous. They've got some quick players. But like I say, it's about picking points up and moving on.
And while sat in 14th before the game, absolutely no disrespect to Port Vale, they've sort of made a name for themselves, a bit of a giant killer this season, beating Exeter and Cheltenham here.
That's it. They've beaten both of those teams here quite comfortably. So, you know, we respect the point and we'll move on. We know we've got to be better, but I can't fault the effort. Another journey for us and a quick turnaround. Can't fault the effort, and if you get the effort, you've always got a chance of getting something out of the game.
And you mentioned those chances there for Aaron Collins. He then did turn it around with an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, great strike. You know, all his goals all seem to be great goals. You know, if he could develop the art of tap-ins, we'd be flying. But I'm sure he'll get there.
And I suppose he's a man that you really want to hit that form now. It's 2 goals in 2 in the league, of course, and looking dangerous since he's come back in the side.
I think he's played nearly every game, hasn't he? He's missed a couple of half a game here and there, but he's played nearly every game. He's one of the main strikers, so he's doing great, and just got to keep going. And
for both sides, I think it's fair to say that each manager could claim they could have won it in the second half. Of course, Port Vale hitting the bar and you seeing a few shots saved. Sorry. On balance, would you say it's a fair point, or would you like to claim that,
no,
that perhaps you won it?
Like I said, I think it's a fair point. It's could have gone either way. It's tough place to come. We'll take it and we'll move on.
And the frustration you mentioned about not quite hitting the heights that you did on Saturday, is there anything you can attribute that to?
No. Sometimes you just think Saturday we had nearly every player at the top of their game. Today we weren't. You know, there wasn't many that were towards the top end of their game, so that would tell you that it's going to be a difficult evening. So it's just about keeping that consistency and, you know, just silly little mistakes that we made in possession of the ball that led to their chances.
And is that just a case of sort of allowing the players to freshen up and drilling into them that those are the sort of mistakes that cost you game and trying to cut them out to as big a degree as possible? Yeah,
sometimes tired minds that, you know, they can make mistakes, so we have to give them a bit of credit. They've done great so far. We're right in the mix. It's another point on the road, 6 unbeaten. We'll move on.
And 2 points behind where you were 2 games further down the line last season. Obviously a couple of decent results over the next couple of games and you'll be ahead of the side that found themselves top in November of last campaign. Overall, are you happy with how the season's gone so far and happy with the tally you've got on the board?
Last season's totally irrelevant to start with. It's a different season. It's a different kind of season. It will be a season like no other, and it's about the next day, it's about the next game, and we look no further than that. We know as a group of people, as a group of players, as a group of staff, we know that we need to be a bit better than we were tonight and kick on.
And I suppose a game that you'll be wanting to be a bit better than that and really kick on with is next Saturday as you welcome Carlisle to the Innocent New Lawn. I think they moved up to second tonight, leapfrog Cheltenham, and they're going to be a dangerous side to beat.
Every game is difficult. Every game in this league is difficult. So we went to Southend a few weeks ago, and we won 1-0, and it was the end of the world because we only beat Southend. It's been the Championship 10 years ago, whatever it was. We only beat them 1-0. But now, they win on Saturday. They win tonight, Southend. Winning again tonight. So you have to respect every team you play against. There is no give-me's, easy games. Everyone's going to take a shot at you and try and beat you. So take the point, move on.
And that just shows how volatile League Two is. I suppose every side can beat everyone. Leyton Orient, for example, who've been on good form lately, fell to defeat to Morecambe tonight. So, as you say, you can't take any points for granted. And coming here tonight, a good point.
That's it. We went to Morecambe in a really tough game and won. So we've just got to keep that consistency. If you can win, draw, you get promoted. So if we win at home, draw away, or if we draw at home and win away, we'll get promoted. And we're just trying to do our best. We're trying to try really hard. Got a lot of young players in there that we're asking so much from, and I think they're doing great.
So overall, would you say tonight you are pleased with your players? Perhaps not the perfect performance, but a real characteristic one.
I've been pleased with them all season. They've been fantastic as a group of guys.